Welcome, everyone. We have a very special episode of Impact and Influence today with Sue Choong, the newest member of the REGROWTH team. Welcome, Sue. So nice to have you online.
Thank you.
Now, Sue, a lot of people in the industry will know you and potentially have worked for you, but can we backtrack to start this episode? And can you just give us a little bit of your story? Firstly, how did you get started in real estate?
Yeah, look, so my dad, so I've come from a family business. So my dad had an office in the mid-90s, and when I was studying at university, I was basically doing casual work there. So I really have been there and done it all. I started there as a receptionist, weekend, taking phone calls, while I was doing my university degree. So that's how I got into it.
And then where to from there? Obviously, working weekends to where you ended up. There's a lot of things that you you did in that time.
I know, exactly. So when I finished my marketing and law degree, I graduated, and Dad was like, "Hey, we've got an opportunity to look at setting up a new office. What do you think?" I thought, okay, well, that kind of sounds exciting. It sounds fun. Let's do it. Never listed a property before, never taken a tenant through a property. But I thought, well, that sounds really, really good. So at the age of 23, we opened the office at Stanhope Gardens. So that was our first one, LJ Hooker Stanhope Gardens.
And then how many did you, over the years, you grew that business to 2 or 3 offices?
We had 4 in total.
Sorry.
No, we had 4 going at one stage. So that was really fun and interesting days. But yeah.
It's a juggle. There's a lot of businesses out there who've got that multi-office approach, and it's a different game when you're doing, you're working with teams across multi locations. Yes. What's your biggest lesson from managing that?
Oh, look, I had to really learn to get my communication right. And to be efficient in that space. So, making sure that all the teams across from sales to our admin to our property management teams were talking together, working together, for them to remember that we are one group, we are one team. Just because you're across 4 offices, you're not 4 different businesses, right? So we had to, so that was really good. I think once we got that right, the teams functioned a lot better. Staff engagement was better, everyone was happier. So we did a lot of, we made sure we did a lot of team activities, that we include a lot of group meetings, whether it be, really simple things, but that worked really well for us, and just making sure that my time management was really good as well, and just working with everybody. So I mean, good staff, that was really important for me. I wanted to make sure I had really good teams behind me, that was driving our businesses and obviously representing our brand in our office. So
what was your role once you got to 4 offices? What role did you hold within the business?
Look, I was still selling. I was a selling principal for a long time. And until we got to that stage where I sort of then realised that, I needed to look at things a little bit differently. So I enjoyed building the business, and that's probably one of the things I really enjoyed out of it. So I stepped back a little bit with the sales and focused more on growth.
Okay, and tell me what tips do you have for someone who's in that space at the moment, wanting to grow the business, having done it before? What do you recommend the starting points are?
Look, I think it's recognising the path you want to take and what your goals are. It is hard to run, a sales, like if you're doing sales, run your own teams, run your own EBU, and to run a business as well. There's only so many hours in a day for you to do efficiently. So I think I had to learn to let go of a few things that I was really passionate about, which, sales was one of them. So I had to learn to do that, and which was okay, and I wanted to, and that was my decision. So I think you've just got to make the decision, whichever path you go down, and stick to it and either, put people on board, engage with people that can do that job better than you. So if you do stick with sales, engage someone else that, can run that part of the business or that department or something like that. Putting a plan in place, basically. Putting the right plan.
Good tips. Plan in place, good people around you, and don't try and do it all.
Correct. Correct.
Sounds so simple, doesn't it?
Yes.
You mentioned the team around you, and that culture piece is obviously really important with such a big team. What were some of the things that you implemented in your business around that space that worked really well?
Look, we wanted to having your team meetings and your one-on-ones and being present with each staff member. I think that's important because they're all on a different growth path. And you've got to recognise that everyone sort of needs, slightly different approaches. One of the things that, we were also really focused on doing was growing staff. So, for example, we would have a lot of sales associates come on board, whether it be on the sales team or on the leasing team, but, they would be more of your junior staff without as much experience, but we would nurture and grow them so that, we could put them in that sales or we could move them up. We were basically, recruiting from within because it is quite hard at the moment. And even back then we found with recruiting and getting the right people. So we would try and train a lot of our own staff where we could from the beginning stages.
Yeah, awesome. And then after all of that hard work, you made the decision to sell the business.
Yeah. That was another hard decision.
We've all gotten to it. It's a really, really hard decision. When you sell a business, and I know that this is an area that your focus is on, but what were your biggest lessons around selling a business? What would you do differently if you were to redo today?
Oh, Lauren, what a question. Look, I think you can never have too much preparation. Okay, because I think we're all in a business to sell one day. Okay. When that time comes, you'll know, and that'll be right for you, right? But we're all in it to sell. We're all putting all our hard work and sweat into a business to basically sell one day. I think, making sure that, like cleaning out, doing all the housekeeping work, preparing your businesses. It's never too early to sort of start that process. And have a bit of a plan in the back of your head, whether it be getting, health checks done or whether it be getting someone to oversee it or to, help you with that process. And it could be a few years down the track, it could be 6 months down the track. But I don't think you could ever put too much time in, making sure that business of yours is clean or as clean as can be and running efficiently, and smoothly, really.
Absolutely, because there's nothing worse than we see with clients that we work with, they want to go and sell the business or potentially we've got clients who are buying businesses and it's not in the state that they expected or they thought. So it's that preparation beforehand. I couldn't agree more because that's you don't want the time for the cleanup to happen be the time that you're trying to negotiate a sale, do you?
Yeah, no, exactly. And I think communication with your teams as well is important when the time's right. And then engaging the people around you, that maybe outside of your team to help you through that process as well, right? To guide you through that process because there's a lot of legalities involved. There's so many different things, that could help you with that process. So to basically put a roadmap together for you. It's probably what I would have, maybe done differently is just looked into that a bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh gosh, I know that's exactly what I would have done differently when I sold my business is the preparation and, and having someone else helping me rather than doing it all myself. Yeah.
Correct.
So next step of your career is obviously with us and we're super excited. Just from the 10 minutes we've been talking, you've got so much knowledge from your experience.
Yeah.
Talk to me about what you want to offer to the Regrowth clients, what you're passionate about moving forward in this new role.
Yeah, look, I mean, I still enjoy the real estate space. I still enjoy working with a lot of businesses and working with teams. Working with a lot of franchisors out there, with their franchisee offering. I think because I've been part of two of the biggest, franchise networks in Australia. It's again, to put something together, help them, whether it be, for new officers that come on board, whether in growth phase or whatever it could be. But just, engaging that business growth side of things is, something that I quite enjoy. And also with the acquisitions and stuff as well. I haven't just gone through it with my background in law and everything like that. I actually do quite enjoy that a fair bit. So.
And I imagine having a lawyer with how many years experience in real estate on your team, if you're looking at acquiring a business, I couldn't think of a better person to have there.
Yes, correct. I don't mind reading the paperwork. That's for sure. So
a salesperson with attention to detail. I love it.
Yeah.
So do you have anything else that you would like to add before we wrap up today's session? Any other top tips for business owners out there that you'd like to leave us with?
No, look, I mean, I'm super excited to be part of Regrowth. I love the brand. I love what the brand stands for. I'm really excited about, the next part. It's been a great first week. So no, I'm super excited.
I know, can't wait for you to get out there. Obviously, if anyone would love to tap into the knowledge of that Sue offers, you know where to find her, and we look forward to seeing what's next.
Thanks, Lauren.
Thanks, Sue.
Thank you.